want to perfect my grammar first. After that, I will start speaking in English. If you are thinking this way, then I don't think that you are going to be speaking English in the near future. Because I know it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I'm telling this from my own experience. I focused too much on grammar during the initial days of my English learning journey. I was scared of making mistakes. So I always restricted myself from speaking English in public. Around that time, I met a couple of people who spoke fluent English. They were very confident in speaking English with anyone. They spoke English with everyone, and others also used to communicate with them in English. They used to crack jokes in English and they laughed all together. But I stayed away from them for the reason that I felt a bit cornered. I was embarrassed to talk with them because of my fear of making grammar mistakes. In my mind, they were experts in English. They were perfect in English. So I felt like I was a big zero in front of them. So I thought, okay, first I will learn English grammar. Then I will also be able to speak English like them. But do you know what happened later? One day I was listening to their conversations and I noticed some grammar mistakes. I doubted, did they make any mistakes or am I wrong? But I confirmed that they made some mistakes. That's when my breathing came back to normal. Even though they were fluent in English, they were also making some grammar mistakes. But they cover those mistakes with the beauty of their fluency, with the beauty of their communication skills. They make grammar mistakes, but unlike me, they were not bothered about that. They continued speaking English confidently, not caring about their flaws. And the advantage was that their English communication skills and grammar were all improving day by day. It was from those people I learned the real game of learning a language. If you invest all your time in learning grammar rather than practicing to speak English, then you won't be able to become fluent in English. That's a lesson I learned from them. If you ask me, do I know English grammar? Then my answer would be no. Yes, I know some basic grammar rules in English, which I learned in my school days, but that's all I know. Of course, I've tried to learn some more grammar as part of my English learning, but I dropped it when I met those people, and now I have almost forgotten that. That's the truth. But when I stopped focusing on grammar and gave more importance to speaking English, then I could sense my English was improving. And now I believe that I'm reasonably fluent in this language. Now you can see I'm speaking in English. This is something I've achieved through constant practice. I won't say that I'm flawless in English. No, I'm not flawless. I make mistakes while speaking English. I admit it. I'm still on a journey to improve my English communication skills. But I would say now I can speak English with confidence. I have attained at least this level of fluency. Okay, so what I'm trying to say over here is that instead of learning grammar first, you start speaking English. Also, I want to specifically mention something here before proceeding further into the video. Here we are talking about English communication skills, not about learning English as a subject. Okay, if you are a person, if you are a student who is pursuing any English courses, then you are bound to learn English grammar. But if you are a person who is trying to improve your English communication skills just like me, then I would say don't focus on grammar first. Grammar perfection is going to happen over time. How did you learn your mother tongue? Had anybody taught you the grammar of your mother tongue? My mother tongue is Malayalam, but nobody taught me the grammar in Malayalam. I learned it all by myself as I grew up because I was exposed to a Malayalam speaking environment. By observing and listening to the people around me, I learned Malayalam. My brain absorbed that language. You also learned your mother tongue in the same way, right? So, in the same way, expose yourself more to English and practice speaking it. Don't care about the mistakes that you are going to make. Just start to speak with all your flows. Choose a topic and talk to yourself and correct yourself when you doubt that you made a mistake. Google, YouTube, ChatGPT, and other online English learning tools are there to clarify your doubts. Try to get a friend, if possible, who could be able to practice English with you. Expose yourself more to English. Consume more English contents. Watch English interviews, English speeches, blogs, movies, web series, and stuff like that. Take notes and register the things in your mind that you have learned from those English contents. When you consume more English contents, you will gradually understand the structure of that language. You will understand the pattern of arranging words in a sentence. Knowingly or unknowingly, your brain will absorb the grammar rules in English. And eventually, your fluency and grammar will improve. You should also interact with the people in the real world to become fluent in English. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Making mistakes is the major part of learning. We cannot skip that. And if we skip that, we will never be able to speak good English. So don't bother too much about making mistakes. We all make mistakes. We are bound to make mistakes when we start to learn something new. So don't be ashamed of making any grammar mistakes when you speak English with someone. Yeah, it's okay. Some people may laugh at your mistakes. Let them. Let them make fun of you. That too is involved in the learning process. So don't bother about their laughter. You continue to speak English. Because some genuine people will be there to correct you when you make any mistakes. Don't get offended at that time. Thank them when they correct you. Because that's how we learn things. So speak English without the fear of making any grammar mistakes. The more you speak, the more you make mistakes. The more you make mistakes, the more you learn English. When we focus too much on grammar, we will forget everything and we won't be able to speak good English. So speak as much as you can and learn from your mistakes. Time and practice will help you become good at it. Grammar perfection is going to happen over the years. So rather than investing all your time in studying grammar, I would strongly suggest you to consume more English content. Interact with people and practice speaking more. Because that's how you are going to learn English. So you decide which learning process is best for you to improve your English communication skills. Should you learn grammar first or should you practice speaking more? I really want to know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, it's time to wind up the video. Please give it a like if you agree with what I said in this video and share it with your friends. And also consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Do not forget to press that bell icon to get my new video notifications. Okay, that's all. Bye.